Sell-off in mid and small cap stocks pulled indices lower today, with the Sensex shedding about 40 points while the Nifty shut shop breaking below the 5,700 mark. So not a good day on the markets today. Metals, durables and consumer durables led the declines for the markets, and specific names being NHPC, IFCI, SR Oil bearing the brunt. But the markets did see some support coming in from the banking as well as the pharma stocks. But clearly mid-cap and the small caps across the board witnessed massive selling pressure. Both the mid and small caps indices also tank over 15% from their January peak. Market sources indicate that selling in mid caps is on the back of margin calls triggered at various domestic brokerages. Yatin Mota joins in with all the details on that carnage in that space. Yatin.
Well, not a good start for the mid-caps and the small caps this week. In fact, we have the mid-cap index which has almost corrected by 15% since the January highs, and the small-cap index has plunged nearly 20% since January the 7th. So clearly a selling pressure is what we are witnessing in the secondary market as far as the mid-cap as well as the small-cap space is concerned. Talking about stock-specific action, we had the NHPC, which has recorded the highest volume since the company listed somewhere in 2009, and we had the stock which fell almost 30% on an intraday basis, and we saw huge amount of unwinding happen in the future and option segment. Also, we saw the future and option segment selling in IFCI, JP Associate, Chambal Fertilizer and Enable Real Estates. All these stocks losing anywhere between 5 to 7% on an intraday basis. Also talking about SR Oil, and the stock nearly tanked 10% on an intraday basis on the fears that there could be some margin call triggered at a domestic brokerage house, and that is why we saw some bit of correction there, despite a positive announcement coming in from the company in order to ramp up their gas production. Also, we have MMTC, which corrected nearly 7-8%, hitting a new 52-week low in today's trading session on the fears that the floor price of the offer for sale and the divestment program would be at a 50% discount to the current market price. So stocks specifically, everything getting hammered, and the small cap and the mid cap indices correcting almost 20% on a 2-month basis.